And here is a car that I am a little bit disappointed in. But hey, how can I be disappointed in this car? It's faster than my car in real life. But okay, enough of the jokes. The reason why I'm disappointed in this car is because I thought it's going to be the fastest car in the game. Even back then, this is actually something that's been going on for very long now. When I was a little boy and I was playing this game on computer back then, I actually got it on PlayStation as well. But when I had it on a computer back then, I used to play this game on my father's laptop. So what actually happened is when you start a new game, you actually start off in the 350Z. So then obviously the game will give you the best impression first of giving you a 350Z, which is like supposedly the fastest car. Turns out after tuning it a bit, it is not that impressive, but hey, it actually still does pretty good times, and it is like really powerful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm quickly gonna do a dyno so you guys can see how much power this car has. 401 kilowatt, 580 newton meters. You will think that this car is darn fast. It is. Look, it definitely is. One thing I can say about it is I think that it just has a little bit too much torque, and that is just screwing up the entire first gear, and it just can't get away proper. I think it also has got a bit of a weight to it, which makes it a bit slower compared to the 240SX and the Silica. No, the Silica is also heavy. Maybe the 206, the Peugeot. But nevertheless, let's quickly go into it. So what I did was, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this video into 4 categories. The first one is where I'm going to show you guys my tune, because that is why you're here. Secondly, I'm going to do a 400-meter run. Thirdly, I'm going to show you guys what I installed in the car and how I did it, because there's actually a catch to it. And then lastly, we're going to do a drag race against opponents. So let's quickly go to tune settings, and I want to start at drivetrain. So here is the magic numbers. I just want to tell you guys quick that this tune is made for a proper 400-meter run, which is the next category we're going to do after I showed you my tune. And also is made for the Bayview drag race. If you're going to use this tune in circuit racing or maybe also on drag racing but a longer track, you might actually bomb out your engine. In that case, what you can do is just drag your top speed to the left. Yeah, just drag this knob this way. It will actually stretch out the gears a bit so you can reach higher gears. Well, sorry, higher speeds. Okay, so there it is. Let's quickly go over suspension. So once again, this car has got a lot of power. So that is why I had to lift all the rear up. So if you guys are not familiar with power to weight ratio and how weight shifts in your car and all of these things, technically when you pull away, your nose lifts up, and because your nose lifts up, the weight is going to the back of your car, and it's actually pressing the suspension at the back down. So that is why we actually had to increase it, because this car's got so much torque, it just rips the weight to the back. And that's also one of the reasons why we've got the rear springs and the rear shocks at stiff. So for the front, we just got about halfway. Going over the sway bars, we got it at stiff, and we did not touch the steering ratio. For the drivetrain, we have already done. For the aerodynamics, we have got nothing over here. The car feels like a little bit better to me at top end with no downforce. If I do add downforce, it's going to help my 400 meters a bit, but on the drag track, it's actually a bit slower. Otherwise, for the tires and brakes, strong, and I did not touch the brakes. Well, tires, strong, and I did not touch the brakes. I think I did say it correct. Anyway, so over here, if you guys don't know how to tune the ECU or the turbo, what I will do is I actually made a video specifically on showing you guys how this works and giving you a proper understanding of how all of these things work. So if you are interested to see that video, hit the logo here, icon card thing here at the top right corner. Otherwise, a quick briefing, just take all the power out of first and second 1000 RPMs, which is down here. And then also the same year, from 0 to 4000 RPMs, you can take all the power out and shove it in the higher RPMs. For the nitrous, we got it at about 5000. Okay, so let's quickly go and test this car. So I think all of us are familiar with how Need for Speed drag racing work and how to launch your car. Obviously, this is your RPM counter. Whenever you accelerate, your RPM counter goes up. So you want to find the perfect spot somewhere around here where it displays green, and that is where you want to launch. Let me show you quick. around here at 7,000 RPMs, that is where it's green. So what you want to do is you want to launch there and you want to get all the shifts perfect. If you actually overshift, like it goes into the red, your times are going to be influenced, your pull away is going to be horrible. You got to get that perfect green on a pull away, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying that this car is not that easy to drive. Okay, so let me quickly go and try to get you guys a good run. And that is the 8.02, which is not too bad, but there's a lot of cars that are much faster. Like, for instance, the Toyota Celica? Is it the Celica? Anyway, like, that car is running about the same time. I even think the Peugeot 206 are running the same times, and I actually did really good over there. So I just want to tell you guys that I did do a small modification to the gears. Let me just show you guys quickly what I've done. I made the first gear one shorter. It was at 72.9. I took it to 71.6. And the second gear, I made it a little bit longer at 120. So if you want a better 400 meter time, what you can actually do is just make your 6th gear shorter, your 5th gear shorter, and your 4th gear shorter. You'll have all the shifts still, like, all the way through this 400 meter run. You'll shift to your 6th gear, nitrous your way through, and you'll have a much better 400 meter time. But once again, this car also got to do the Bayview drag race, so in that case I had to stretch it out a bit. So let's quickly go over to the performance parts. So for the engine, I don't know how familiar you guys are actually with this entire thing. It is actually a little bit twist from when I last played it and when I actually rechecked how everything works. So we've got 3 stages, stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So did you guys notice something? Everything in stage 3 is installed, everything in stage 2 is installed, and only one thing in stage 1 is installed. So when I was younger, I used to always think that you can either only have stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. I never even look at these package content. So let me tell you guys quickly how it works. We're going to use this one over here as an example. Mild camshaft and cam gears. So obviously at this one, everything is stock. But right over here, mild means it's better than stock, but it's not the best. It's somewhere in between. So in other words, if we go to stage 3, here you can see we've got racing camshafts and gears. So this one is so much better to have. And obviously you can only have one camshaft and a gear in. So obviously we want the racing camshaft and gear in. But if you look at stage 2, well actually stage 1, here's a performance exhaust, but it's not here because the catback exhaust system and a larger diameter downpipe is better than the normal exhaust system. So if you look here at number 3, there is nothing of exhaust system. So if you only installed Extreme Package Stage 3, you would still have the stock standard downpipe on it. You wouldn't have a high flow intake manifold on it. You wouldn't have a catback exhaust system on it, as well as a cold air intake system. So the package content is like one of the most important things you guys got to look at. So in other words, what you got to do is install stage 1, then stage 2, then stage 3. Then you'll see your contents will be exactly like mine. Otherwise, let's go to the ECU. You also want to install stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. For the transmission, you also want to install all 3 of them. For the suspension, you want to install all 3 of them as well. For the nitros, these are just different ways they inject it, so the 3rd one is fine. For the tires, install the 3rd one only. For the brakes, you can install all 3. For the weight, you can also install all 3. And look at this. All 3 of these are different contents and all of them are installed. So that's why you got to install all 3 of them. And for the turbo, it's only the stage 3 package you need to install. Okay, so let's quickly go and do a race. This is gonna be interesting. It looks like the car is actually coming in. Let's see what happens. Come on, 350. Engine is about to pop. We gotta make the 6th gear a little bit longer, but we got a 23.72. Anything in the 23s are not bad. Oh my gosh, the 350 was 2nd place. Let's see what the 350's top speed was. We were at 323, it was 326, so it was gaining We were the second fastest, but if we can actually stretch out our 6th gear a little bit, just make it 1 or 2 ticks to the left, it will actually, no, to the right. Yeah, to the right. Okay, let's quickly go and see, because I want to show you guys as well. Oh gosh, quit to main menu. Let's quickly go to customize. Oh, really, overclock 350Z. There we go. Yes, tick, tune settings, drivetrain. Over here, gosh, it's all the way to the right. So let's take it more to the top speed. We got 22 there. We can just take all of these one down. We can actually do another one, because it's okay if it goes a little bit into, like, the top speed we did now was 326, but that was obviously for us going into the red. So something like this is not too bad. We can actually leave that one. 7119. There we go. That should be fine. Okay, so there we go, guys. I do hope that this video helped everyone out. Let me know in the comments what you think about this tune. Otherwise, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a big like. I would really appreciate it. If you're still watching, you're freaking awesome. Thank you so much. If you would love to support the channel, especially if you're new, hit the logo at the bottom right corner to subscribe. If you want to see a similar video, hit the icon on the left. If you want to see one of my most recent videos, hit the icon on the right, and then I'll see all of you legends in my next video. But for now, peace out, everyone.